What if your dog hates the crate? How do you fix that? Then a lot of people tried to give in some tips. So let's read through some of these tips. We'll see which ones are good. Try to get them a big crate so they have space to make it fun. Leave treats, toys. If that doesn't work, get a playpen. Playpen is great. I don't mind that. And I would advise that if you kind of are about to give up on crate. However, I will completely disagree with the getting a big crate. Puppies who are in big crates tend to pace and build anxiety. My crate is only this big, the length of his body, and about 3 inches more on both sides. About this wide, about the same, but maybe 5 or 6 inches on both sides. And then high enough to where if he sits and puts his head up, his head isn't bumping the top of the crate. Thank you for kisses. But you just want him to be comfortable. He should be able to do a full turn, lay down, and if he's a stretcher, he stretches out and extends out his legs. You might have to get a longer one or a large one because of that. But if he's more of a curler, he only needs to do a full circle, down, and be able to sit without his head touching the top. Anything more than that, and dogs will start pacing. And the more a dog paces, the more anxiety they build. And eventually they hit a climax of anxiety. It's what we call loading. And when they hit that, bark, 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 they react to it. So I would not advise a large crate. I would advise a smaller crate for the reasons that I mentioned. Getting them used to being alone in the crate by constantly rewarding behavior you want, day by day, it will get better. That's a possibility, but also they're never getting used to being by themselves. I might try that when I put them in the crate, I reward them for going in the crate. When I release them from the crate, I don't reward them coming out of the crate. So I build a positive association going into the crate, and it's a neutral response for coming out of the crate. Most dogs with anxiety who come out of the crate, they don't come out of the crate like do. It's like crate door opens and they're shooting out of it like it's the greatest thing in the world. They try to come out hot, just close the door. Provide an obstacle that prevents them. The crate is your first big threshold most people work on. I like these are good. But I'm also seeing some really great information in here. Next one is ignore the demand barking, reward quiet and calm in the crate. During the day, practice crate training by throwing treats and getting them used to it as a part 1 and part 2. The first half of advice, love it. Ignore the demand barking. Not a big fan of the second part of throwing treats in the crate, but to each their own. Let them cry. It's okay. They'll learn. Don't give them much attention. So the let them cry, that's basically let them cry it out, not feeding into the demand barking. It's okay. They'll learn. Don't give them much attention. I think she means that for when they're outside of the crate. I walk Jack up and I'm like, I just opened a can of worms. For the next 10 minutes, this dog's going to try to get off my lap. He's going to start whining a lot more. He'll start expecting more attention, but that's what that permissiveness for affection gets. You allow that demanding personality to come out by giving too much affection right before they go in the crate. Lots of great advice in here. Honestly, these comments were fire today. Very good.